radio show as well. So going forward, let me give a big shout out to everybody watching us on Facebook Live. Hi Linda, hi Nirma, they join. Hi Peggy Lee, thank you all so much. Hi Marta, thank you. She has a question. I'll be sharing the question in just about a minute.
Nice.
And good morning everyone. Jaimala, she's watching us. Pooja, many of them are watching us from India as well as from various parts of America and Dubai and so many more places.
Awesome.
So we are global right now on Dynamic Growth with Gratitude Radio Show with my guest speaker Charles Dexter Johnson, also called as Chuck Johnson.
I've been called a lot worse, so that's good.
That's good, isn't it? Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So please share the recent legal journey that you're going through and something that we all want to know, the challenge that you had and what you're going through right now, and how all of us can support you.
Well, yeah, this current lawsuit, it began without my knowledge, actually all the way back to 2010. I had borrowed some money from some private hard money lenders who collateralized a portion of my property in the process, and then they sued me in 2010 in their local trial court so they could get an order that gave them a security interest on the same real estate property that wasn't in the loan they originally wrote up for me in 2008.
Okay.
Then they failed to give notice of the lawsuit so I could make a proper defense, which is why they successfully took the property at the trial court level.
Mm-hmm.
After the lenders and their counsel sold the real estate, the North Carolina Court of Appeals reversed the trial court's decision and vacated the order they obtained to get the real estate. So these 5 defendants, they're on the hook for abuse of process and malicious prosecution as a result of the unethical and illegal actions. So, it's just one of those things when you feel that you've been wronged and harmed, then if you don't stand up and fight for it, you just let it go.
Absolutely. And that's what you're doing right now. You're fighting for it. As long as I know what you've been through, you've fought through all these years prior, as well as continuing to fight just so that you can get these bullies to check. That's a spirit that something people would want to hear about, because why are you fighting? You're fighting for a cause. Not only for that, you're going to do that to support the veterans through your organization coming through from that. So that's something that we need to, we all want to support you, because not many people have the guts and the stability and stamina to go through the legal systems and keep fighting on. And you've been doing this for over almost a decade now.
Yeah, it's the latest litigation that came as a result of the substantive victory in the Court of Appeals. It actually began about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And so, the main element to this complicated yet strong suit is that the net outcome will benefit wounded veterans through Medicine, Mind, Body, Soul, and Medicine Charities.
Okay.
The former offers free holistic services to veterans who are afflicted with PTSD as a result of their wartime service.
Okay.
And then the latter, Medicine Charities, is to conduct the charity fundraisers in the form of fitness and natural foods expos, even Texas Hold'em tournaments, to benefit wounded veterans directly and to grow our charity to give back.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for taking up. In spite of going through all these difficulties, you're still thinking about others. You're still wanting to make the difference. That's a huge step. That's something amazing, and we're all very proud of you that you're taking that step. And I know that he's created a funded justice so that the funded justice can support him to continue his fight, because he spent over millions of dollars just
Well,
fighting different cases.
yeah, it's the latest case with the loss of the property and the legal expenses in the six figures. I'm not even going to put a number out there, but it's pretty significant. But at the end of the day, I'm not really concerned about that. I just want to to take the net proceeds of the outcome of the case to get the nonprofit in a better position to give back.
That's beautiful. That's so commendable, and I'm so grateful to you for taking that step. So please share your business page, share your nonprofit organization, how people can reach you, and also how in what way they can connect with you to support you in your various endeavors.
Yeah, absolutely. The URL for Medicine Mind Body Soul is pretty easy. It's HTTPS //MEDSYN period or dot US. You can actually go in and go www.medsyn.us and you can find it the same way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And you have the Funded Justice on there too.
Absolutely.
It's like GoFund, and we can all support Chuck to fight his case. That will support wounded veterans. So that's something that we're doing the Facebook Live today, also to support everything that Medicine stands for as a nonprofit organization, and in various ways how we can support more veterans to actually fight and be there for others, because that's what they do, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let me share my information as well. I'm Geeta Krishnan. I'm a corporate trainer, gratitude leadership coach, author, in fact, an international best-selling author, and a visionary speaker. So I'm here. I do this gratitude radio show. It's a free radio show on different platforms with different guest speakers. And I teach people to thank and laugh all the way to the bank. You can reach me on geetakrishnan.com and also call me at 407-371-2116 to know more about my programs, and email me at geeta.krishnan668@gmail.com. I'll be opening the lines for Q&A, and there are a number of questions coming from Facebook Live as well. So we'll be also answering those different questions. And anybody who would like to join us on the radio show, please share your gratitudes. Even on Facebook Live, please share your gratitudes. Today is a day of being in the continuous flow of gratitude. And if we can do that every minute of the day, it's even more better. But at least for this 1 hour, let us all connect with ourselves, tell ourselves what is the most important thought that we have. What are we grateful for at this minute? For our mother, for our nation, for just being here, for breathing, for being able to get up in the morning and just feeling alive. You could just get up in the morning. That's something amazing, isn't it? That's the beauty of it. And you have a roof on your head, and there is tsunami, and there are so many things happening around in the world that people don't have those, and we have that. So just being grateful and thinking about it makes so much of a difference, and it brings wealth of abundance towards you just by being grateful. So that's all dynamic growth is all about. And I'm opening the lines for Q&A. You can press *5 or *6 on your phones to be on the Q&A. You can ask questions. The lines are open on the radio show, as well as yes, there are amazing comments coming here on the Facebook Live. I'll just share them with all of us. Marta has a question for us. How do veterans respond to this energy work? How great to offer them a spiritually oriented technique. That's beautiful. Marta has a question for you, Chuck. How do veterans respond to this energy work?
Well, absolutely, yeah. It's not a program that you're going to be 100% successful with, but the veterans that do stay with the program. They respond favorably. We've had, dozens of veterans that we've worked with, and we get a lot of very positive feedback. And our goal, Martha, is it Marta?
Marta.
Marta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our goal is actually to be able to stretch out and reach more veterans, because there's literally hundreds, even in the Charlotte area. Charlotte's a hotbed for veterans that get out of service. So we're working to connect more with the VA medical system and be able to have our own facility to actually set up these classes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Chuck. I hope Chuck answered your question. Marta, please share your questions. There are a number of people watching us. The lines are open. And Marta has something to say to you, Chuck. Good for you for fighting for truth. Criminals bank on good citizens not wanting to hassle. Very true, Marta.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And Peggy Lee has shared, I sure picked the right day to watch online. The movement to clear and open was phenomenal and so easy to do.
Thank you, Peggy. Well, if anybody wants to connect with me, I can share a whole lot more, like on Skype for Business. So just reach out to me, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share more with you. I do teach some online classes, but I'm not looking to get paid for it. I enjoy the practice. I do it 2 to 3 times daily, so why not share it with somebody instead of by myself?
Thank you so much, Jack. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Please reach out. Can you share your email ID?
Yeah, the best way to reach me on Skype is Chuck, CHUCK, dot or a period, D, the letter D. It stands for my middle name, but it's just a D for Dexter, period, Johnson. That's my Skype ID. Feel free to reach out to me. We'll connect on there and be more than happy to share more of this with you.
Thank you so much, Chuck. There's somebody joining us from the radio show. Good morning. The lines are open. You can press *5 or *6 to be on the Q&A. The lines are open. Yes, and we do have a cup of tea and coffee here.
Excellent chai tea.
Thank you.
Thank you, Geeta.
Thank you so much. And yes, there are more questions coming in. Hi, Joyce. Let me just give hi, Nancy Matthews. Hey, so happy to see you. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Hi, Ellen. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nirma. The lines are open. Please, you can press *5 or *6. We are here live, and we are also answering questions on Facebook Live. So you're most welcome to join us. A number of people watching us. Hi, good morning. Hi. Nancy Cucchetti is viewing. Okay, I'm just reading. I thought there's a message there. It's a number of people. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Kata. Hi, Donna. Hi, Kelly. It's a number of people watching us right here. I'm just waiting for questions. If there are any questions, I'll just go through them. Please post your questions. Beautiful indeed. I'm grateful for caring people like you, Chuck. Thank you.
Honored to everyone. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you so much. So many people. There are so many loves for us right now. Thank you so much. Do post your questions. Keep posting your questions. We are here to answer. And in the meanwhile, if you would want to do a little exercise, because people are loving your exercises.
Okay.
Maybe the laughter one, if you would like to share that. And are there any questions? I'll share it open here. I'll open the lines for you all.
Okay, so yeah, this is out of the part 2 of the Shunjin healing gong. It's called the laughing movement. So we start here. You just relax. You feel happy, no worries. Just enjoy the movement. Enjoy your life. you'll feel very, very happy. Ha 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 ha. 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 Ha 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 ha.
Aww.
So that's like movement 3 out of the healing, the gathering of healing chi from the universe.
It's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. See, there's so many. They're all laughing there. They're all enjoying the laugh. Let's do it once
We
again.
don't laugh enough, do we?
Yes, we need to laugh more.
So we're relaxed here. You're no worries. Enjoy the movement. Enjoy your life. Very, very happy. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha
Ha ha ha ha ha.
ha
Ha ha ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha
ha ha ha. I like to laugh, the real laugh too in the end. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is such beautiful exercise, and it's anybody can just there. People are laughing there. See, you got so many laughs. They're all laughing out. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's so easy. It's so beautiful. Simple exercises. Anybody can do that, and especially for veterans, it will be so amazing. And a big shout out to Alejandra Juan, who was there on our radio show earlier, the veterans especially.
Yeah, and not to interject, but the movement, this is like movement 3, so the cumulative effect of all of these movements are just very synergistic. The first one, it starts out, you inhale and exhale. And you'll repeat this, and just, inhale, body stretch. Or body relaxed, I'm sorry. Exhale. Keep your head upright. Body stretch. And then you'll repeat that 3 or 4 times. Then you move into the movement 2, and your hands stay in the chest, in the center of the chest. And you're going to start out and you're going to rotate. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So you're processing the chi in the human stove. It's the human body. You're like cooking it in the vital organs, the muscles, the tissue.
Beautiful.
And there's more to it. After you do this movement, you're coming up, you're inhaling, so the elbows are coming up and down. And you're same on the opposite side. And then after a couple of movements on each side, the opposite heel, if you're going this way, your opposite heel is going to come off the floor. Same on the opposite position. Inhale, exhale. And then eventually your knees are going to come up and your feet's going to come off the floor when you're making these movements. And then you go back and you'll process that chi deeper in the human stove. And then after that, after you do those movements for 2 to 3 minutes, then you go into the laughing movement. So you've got to preempt before you go into the laughing movement. And then there's like 10 movements for one part, and there's 3 different parts.
Perfect. You've got to reach out to Chuck and learn Shenzhen Gong and as well as Qigong, the primordial Qigong that you do. These are amazing techniques.
There's a couple of handfuls of disciplines that I'm certified in and love to share.
Beautiful, thank you. And also Pilates and a lot of other things that you practice in it. The one thing that I understand is something military really helps you to bring in all these the positiveness that each one of us have. So can you share your experience? How was your experience in the military while you were there, and any particular incident, any gratitude that you remember?
Well, reflecting back to basic training at Fort Knox, Kentucky in the summer of '84, you end up coming out pretty hardcore, because the training that you do in 8 weeks is more than most people do in 3 years.
Very true.
Road marching with 90 pounds of gear, well over 100 miles in 8 weeks, 3 different marches, running, going through the bars and doing 50 push-ups before every meal, and doing thousands of sit-ups in 8 weeks, and training in a sawdust pit that starts at 3:30 in the morning. So when it gets light, you would think, okay, well, you've been in that sawdust pit for 2.5 hours. Well, then you go on a 5-mile run.
Wow.
So, and that's 6 days a week. So the hardcore, the tough physical and mental training, it's great for the mind, body, soul. You don't realize it while you're going through it, but when you reflect back on it, that motivation. I've got so much gratitude for going in the military, because I would have never experienced it in the civilian life.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. And that really prompted you, and I think you still continue that regime, don't you? I mean, I wouldn't say regime, I would rather say that's something that you are self-motivated to do that. So how does that benefit you?
Well, I like to eat, and I like.
Don't we all, right?
and I enjoy dark cacao truffles and all that. So working out a couple of times a day is significant for me. Concentrating on core work, but just realizing that working out, not only physical working out, but the spiritual workout, it actually helps you immensely. Just going through the normal day, I like to rise early. 3 o'clock, 3:30 is kind of normal for me during the week.
Did you hear that? Okay, 3:30 is normal for him.
Yeah.
Sometimes we sleep at that time. So entrepreneurs, it's good that we start early in the morning, right?
Well, my YMCA opens up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I like to get a workout in before I do a Pilates class. I take Pilates 4 days a week for an hour. So, and then going to sleep early is easy, because if you're up at 3 or 3:30, when it gets 7:30, it's time to consider going into that dream state.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing. I'll just open the lines once again.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Hello? The lines are unmuted. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Good morning. Yes, please go ahead.
Good morning. I just wanted to, I'll let Chuck know, I'm Jim Clark, his attorney. He had asked me to call in.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jim, for calling in. And please share how Chuck and you are going through the journey. What's going on right now with the lawsuit? And can you share a little more to support Chuck? We are live on Facebook also right now, so everybody's listening to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Chuck actually gave a pretty good summary at the beginning. I'll try and flesh that out a little bit more. He actually had 2 pieces of property that were in Carthage, North Carolina. They sat right next to each other, so it's easy to think of it as one, but it's actually, legally, it was recorded as 2 different pieces of property. And he'd gotten a loan on one piece of property that was a smaller piece. And basically what happened is that he got make a change to their deed of trust. That's the document that gets filed with the register of deeds that says we have a security interest in this property, meaning that they can mortgage it. What they tried to do is change it from the small piece of property that they had to add the large piece of property to it. And the funny thing about that is they were the ones that when he got the loan, they were the ones that drafted this. That's why he said that it was a deal that he didn't draw up. He didn't. It was the lenders who did this, that's pretty common. So the problem is when they pursued this, trying to add this other piece of property, they filed a lawsuit. That's all well and good, but they didn't give it notice of that lawsuit. The attorney who was working with them at the time actually told them where his address was. But they filed this lawsuit, and then they said that they had served him, and actually filed an affidavit in the court that said that they had tried to serve him and didn't know his address when they did. So they were able to get a judgment because he didn't know. He didn't have notice of the lawsuit like you're required to do under the law. They got the judgment, and Chuck began to fight it. And he tried to set it aside. He didn't have a lot of luck in the court where they were at, where the lawsuit was filed. So he ended up appealing that, and during the course of this, they were going to sell the larger piece of property in foreclosure. And Chuck filed a notice saying, no, I have an interest in this property. It's called a lis pendens. And they sold it anyways, after he filed that notice of lis pendens. So he gets to the Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals said, no, he's right. He didn't have notice, and all of the things that you've done here avoid. And so that really began his journey here. And so the attorneys that were involved in this, who were also essentially the mortgage holding company, what's known as a trustees in a land trust deal or in a loan, they had an obligation to deal fairly with both sides. That's what happens when you're a trustee. And they kind of let Chuck hanging out to dry, and went ahead and made changes to this and pursued a foreclosure in any event, as well as the lenders. They have a lot of responsibility, of course, in doing this because they were the ones who wanted to try and get their hands on the property. And the bottom line is they never had a legal right to do it. So we've pursued a lawsuit against them, and it's for abuse of process. Process is when you use court proceedings for a wrongful purpose and for malicious prosecution. That's along the same lines. Malicious prosecution is when you're actually pursuing the lawsuit, and abuse of process is when you're filing papers in court for an abusive purpose. So we have a lawsuit against these folks, and I think there's a lot of substance to it. Chuck can probably tell you a little bit more about that. But we're at the opening stages of this lawsuit, and we certainly expect to pursue it and see if we can't right this wrong, because the only way to look at this thing, based off of what the North Carolina Court of Appeals has decided, is that the property is wrongfully taken.
Very true, very true. And that's so true, and it's so wonderful that you're there to support him, and thank you so much for joining us here and sharing the whole aspect from the court side, because that makes so much of an importance, especially when he's fighting the case, isn't it? It's been such a long while. So Chuck, what do you want to share with Jim?
Well, I'm truly in a really great spot with Jim and his he's come into this case kind of midstream and caught up significantly this year with it. And I realize that I'm truly blessed and fortunate to have Jim, I guess you could say, driving the bus. And I feel like we're going to have a favorable outcome in it, but you go into these things with no expectations.
Very true, I'm sure. And do you want to share some more light on the case, Jim? Any aspects that you want people to know about?
I would say this: the value of it, and I understand what just from listening in earlier. That Chuck is pursuing this to help veterans who are suffering with disabilities and trauma and dealing with that. I appreciate that as I'm a veteran myself. The value of it, we don't know what it will be at the end of the case. We have our view. We think that it's substantial. Chuck's right. It certainly cost him a very large amount of money just in the legal bills to try and fight through this thing. That he's dealt with really to get him to the point where I filed the lawsuit on his behalf. He was actually involved in about 4 different legal proceedings struggling to try and stop this thing and to rescue his property, which they ultimately sold in any event. So it's been a long, hard struggle just for him to get to this point. A lot of it he had to deal with attorneys who were limiting what it was that they did for him. So it was a tough road to hoe because it just involved a lot of bills. He was defending himself. There wasn't any value to be pursued for attorneys, so he had to pay out of pocket for that. So there's a lot of funds wrapped up in this. What he's doing here is trying to crowdfund some expert costs that will be there. We don't think that they're going to be very substantial, so it's not a situation where he's looking to fund a very huge amount of money. This part of the fight will really be about what his damages happen to be. But I do think that they're 6 figures, substantially more, because it's not just his attorney's fees that he's dealing with in terms of what he's out. He lost the property, and it was a pretty valuable piece of property. It had a lot of commercial possibility to it. So we think that there's certainly a very good likelihood that he's gonna recover and win. And what we're trying to do is, it's not a fight like most people think of a fight when you get into a court battle like this. He's trying to right a wrong. And I think that's an important thing for people to keep in mind. He's trying to right something that was done wrong.
Very true. And that's the whole fight all about, isn't it? And the reason why he's doing that is just to book those bullies, absolutely correct what is going wrong, and more than that, funding it directly to veterans, to support veterans. That's a huge cause that he's going to support, and we're all there to support Chuck in whichever way we can. Thank you so much, Chuck.
Thank you so much. And Jim, thank you so much for dialing in and giving your knowledge and disposition on the matter. I really appreciate that a lot.
Well, it's my pleasure, Chuck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jim, for joining in. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And Jim, you take care, and I'm sure we'll be in touch soon about things.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan, for having me on.
Hey, and thank you for your service, Jim.
Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Chuck. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother.
Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day today. Thank you. Are there any more callers who would like to chime in? Please, the lines are open. The lines are open, unmuted. can join us. And I would like to give a big shout out to all those who are watching us on Facebook Live, on my business page, on my personal page as well. Hi Joyce, she's joining us on my business page. Joyce shared. Thank you for sharing your story, Chuck. Thank you.
Oh, it's truly my honor, Joyce. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joyce. There are so many of our friends watching us. Victor, hi Victor. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Sia.
Victor, too.
Thank you so much. Sia is joining us from Paris.
Oh,
Let
very
me just give a
nice.
shout out to
Wow.
everybody. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for watching us. Hi, Alejandra. There she is, Alejandra from Louisiana. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you, and looking forward to all of you to support Chuck in his initiatives and practice. When you play the replay, do practice the Qigong. They are some amazing.
And feel free to dial into me on Skype. I'd be more than happy to share.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Much more.
Please share your Skype ID once again.
Yeah, the Skype ID is Chuck, CHUCK .D for Dexter, and another dot, my last name Johnson, JOHNSON. So it's Chuck.D. Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And please also share your medicine pages.
Yeah, the easiest way to go there is www. M is in medicine, MED, it's short for medical. SYN, it's short for synergy, so it's MEDSYN and US, which I like to say stands for the great United States.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chuck. And let me give a shout out for everyone who's watching us on Facebook and listening to us on the radio show right now. Thank you all so much. And all those who will be listening to the replay as well, big thank you to you. Reach out to Chuck, and I'll also be posting the link on the Facebook Live where you can support his Funded Justice. You can also go to his page, medicine.org. You have the Funded Justice.
Medicine.us.
Medicine.us, sorry about that.
That's okay.
And you can support him in his campaign to fight against the bullies as the warrior and support many more veterans out there. So let's all support Chuck in his initiatives. And let me give a shout out to everyone who is watching us right now. Ketaki Kandalekar, she's watching us. Hi Ketaki from India. Mumbai. Rajita is watching us from Bangalore, Hyderabad, in India. Hi Merlin. Hi, they're all my students. Merlin, they're watching from Mumbai. Hi Neelam. They're in US. Hi Sia, thank you so much. She's watching us from Paris.
Truly honored for everyone.
Thank you. Hi Aradhana, and there are a number of people watching us. Hi Joyce. Once again, a big hi. Hi Subhalakshmi, they're watching us from India. Pat is watching us from Florida. Hi Pat. Hi Ellen from Louisiana. Hi, so good to see you. Hi Peggy Lee, she had to leave, but then she'll catch up again. Thank you so much for all the wonderful things that you're doing. So you're getting messages.
Thank you. It's my honor.
Thank
truly.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And a little hand, there is Nitesh. Hi Nitesh, he's also my student watching from Mumbai. Nandini, hi Nandini. And Cheryl, hi Cheryl, good morning. Hi Victor, Kirti, hi. Hello Geeta, okay. Peggy Lee shares, thank you so much Geeta and Chuck. Have to run, but have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching us and being there with us today, supporting in our initiatives. And Dynamic Growth with Gratitude is truly honored to have you all on the show, live on the show, on the radio show, as well as live on Facebook Live. Thank you so much once again, and looking forward to see you all next week, same time, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. EST on Dynamic Growth with Gratitude with Lorna Blake, my guest speaker. She's an amazing healer and coach, and she's doing a beautiful workshop and retreat in Jamaica. She's supporting children there in Jamaica, teaching them. So looking forward to see her on my show the next week. Hi Peggy. Hi Peggy. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day, gratitude-filled day today, and be blessed, be in continuous flow of gratitude. Chuck, would you share?
I'm truly most honored. This has been a wonderful experience, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To stop conference recording, press 1. To review your conference recording has stopped.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.